Cascadia Minerals is a copper and gold explorer that's focused on the Yukon territory. That's the northwest corner of Canada. They've just announced a transformative merger with Granite Creek Copper. The combined group will control the Carmacks Project, which is a road-accessible, high-grade copper gold deposit that's located 40 kilometers from the past-producing Minto mine in central Yukon. Joining us is Andrew Carne, Vice President of Corporate Development of Cascadia, to tell us a whole lot more about this deal. So, Andrew, congratulations on the merger. Can you tell us what makes this a good deal for Cascadia and Granite Creek shareholders?
Yeah, thanks, Rachel. We see this as an incredible opportunity, honestly. This is a phenomenal asset located in central Yukon. As you mentioned, it's on a road. It's already got a great foundation of resources and a positive PEA to build on. So for our shareholders, they're getting this great exposure to a more advanced stage asset that we can aggressively move forward, but in conjunction with the work that we've already been doing. Cascadia's exploration focus has been making new copper gold discoveries in the Yukon terrain, and this is a very logical extension of that. It's the same geology. It's kind of right in our wheelhouse. And for Granite Creek shareholders, they're getting an opportunity here to take advantage of the work we're doing on our exploration as well. So they get a share of that, and they also get a nice premium on their current shareholding price.
You have $2.5 million in combined cash and mention a fall drill program. Can you tell us how long this will fund your operations and also what your financing strategy will be to avoid dilution?
Yeah, so that's what we expect to have once the transaction is closed, and that's after some of the drilling that we're doing as well right now on our Cascadia projects. So we expect to be in a pretty decent position there. That's going to give us the money to go in and do at least an initial drill program on the Carmacks Copper project once the transaction closes. And we expect that we'll be able to get some really good results kind of out of the bat there. So it's going to be a combination of seeing what our current drill results are, as well as what we can do at the Carmacks project and just balancing the financing opportunities around that. But the nice thing is we'll come out of the transaction with a good runway that'll let us do some of that drilling in the fall and put the company on a good path for the next year.
Well, to dig deeper, Granite Creek's untested drill hole from 2021 showed over 105 meters of nearly 1% copper. So what's your timeline like here for following up on this and similar high-grade zones?
So that's exactly the plan, to get in there this fall and test, next to that hole and many others. The great thing about this, Granite Creek did a lot of phenomenal work over the last number of years to, drill some holes on the edge of the resource and identify a lot of potential there, but also to do an extensive geophysical survey around the known deposits and across the property. So they've done this great set of work to kind of tee it up for the next round of drilling. As you mentioned there's that high-grade hole. There's a number of them that they drilled in 2021 that are on the edges of the known resource that we can just kind of immediately get in there and step out on them. So the plan is, as soon as the transaction's closed, probably in August, we'd look to get in there late August, early September with a drill program to just start stepping out on that and finding more mineralization.
Good. Well, now let's talk about Catch, your flagship property. You found rock on the surface containing over an ounce of gold per ton. That's 200 times richer than what most gold mines operate on, to my knowledge. Well, for retail investors with this, can you put this discovery in perspective and when we might see drill results to determine if there's a larger deposit underneath?
Yeah, so we're very excited about what we're seeing at Catch. That sample last year that we collected from Outcrop ran over 1,000 grams gold. So it's really high grade. You don't typically see gold grades quite that high. Of course, we know that's, an outcrop rock sample. We've got to see how much that mineralization actually extends under surface. But everything we've seen there's a comprehensive significant alteration signature. So it's telling us that we're probably tapping into an epithermal gold signature here, which makes sense in the broader context of the property. We've been exploring for porphyry mineralization, and typically on the margins of those systems, you get these epithermal zones that can carry quite significant grades of gold and silver. So that drilling was underway as of pretty much the first day of June. So we're a couple holes in here. It unfortunately will be a little bit of time before we get those results back. We got to process the core. We got to get it to the lab, and I don't know what the lab turnaround times are currently. Hopefully shorter than they have been in past years, but it's unfortunately going to be a little while before we have those results back. But I think there's huge potential there to make a new meaningful discovery on the Catch property, in addition to the porphyry that we already found in the last couple of years of drilling.
All right. Well, our community will have to keep watching as we hear from updates. I guess to close off the interview, what are the 3 most important milestones you'll be looking for with your team in the next year or so? They'll prove that this merger was successful and hopefully drive the stock price higher.
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest one there is to get out there and do that drill program this fall. We see the opportunity here to try to double the existing resource base. They've currently got 650 million pounds of copper and 300,000 ounces of gold defined at Carmacks, which is a great foundation. We know it's economic. It's got a $230 million post-tax NPV in the PEA study that was done in 2022, and that was at much lower metal prices than we currently see. So we want to get in there. We want to drill it this fall. The goal is to prove that we can step out and find more high-grade mineralization. Within the next year, though, we want to be well on our path to starting to significantly grow that resource. We want to get in there next summer with a very substantial program and start systematically building those ounces. That, I think, will demonstrate that this is a great merger. It's a great opportunity for everyone and really showcase our opportunity and our experience in Cascadia's team to get in and do these very large programs and move assets forward.
Okay, well, Andrew Carne, thank you for joining us, and hope to see you again.
Thanks.
For viewers who want to join the chatter with followers of Cascadia, you can go to CEO.CA to learn a lot more for yourself. Thanks for watching.